Hi, I'm Becca Starr. Welcome to this special Success Skills Workshop. Today I'm going to be talking about abundance and your wealth. They are actually two different things, and I'm going to try to do this in a 15-minute mini amazing workshop for you. And I'm going to tell you exactly what abundance is and what it's not, and how that differentiates with your wealth. And there is a difference between the two. So I am a success coach for women, and I help you know exactly what it is that you want and how to get it with proven strategies and creating success, reaching your goals, achieving this greatness in your life, but also doing it with so much just fulfillment and satisfaction. So not just getting to a place where you can check things off a list and you've created certain goals, but also doing it with just purpose and a sense of fulfillment that really, really matters. And just really having an impact on your life and the lives around you, your family, and people that know you, just really making a difference in this world. Those are my clients. So if that sounds like you, at the end of this workshop, I will tell you a way that you can work with me, but also I'm going to throw in a freebie at the end as well. So stay tuned and we're going to jump right in. So I'll start with an insider tip. So we need abundance, but is it what you think it is? Abundance is a mindset. It has absolutely nothing to do with the action of creating money. So if you've worked with me, you've taken any of my workshops, you know that I love marketing. I talk about what marketing is and what it isn't. And it is always talking to someone else about what you do. It is about sharing what you create as far as results with your clients, sharing that with the world. So, not just walking around talking about what you do, but connecting with people, getting out of your comfort zone, taking actions, earning it. So, actions create money. You could have all of the best mindset in the world. That's one thing I could never understand on the law of attraction. And excuse me, is that, of course, it's like one of the biggest books of all time. But that book, The Secret, I could never understand, where is the action? I understand how important mindset is. I do get that, because without that, I mean, we're not really taking inspired actions. We're not taking purposeful actions. So we do need a certain mindset, but that's only half of it. That's only the beginning. That's like the first two steps. But if you really want to create wealth and money, you have to take some actions. So I do want to talk about how abundance works into that, because you'll see on my Instagram page, I post all of these things about abundance, and I believe in abundance, but I really want to be clear on what it is. So the action of creating income, or the items of value that money buys, that feels good. So thereby it helps you to create abundance, because abundance is a feeling. Abundance is a state of mind. It's not an action, it's a feeling. So with that, are you ready for the only thing you ever have to work on to create money? So there is a money block. If you're not creating money and you don't know why, I'm going to share that with you in 3, 2, 1. It's you. It is you. That's it. You are your money block. I am telling you, and I promise you, stay with me here, because I'm going to get into more and how to even what to do about that. But if you want to just release any money block, this is the one and only thing that you need to do. It's you. It's your self-care and your self-worth. So here's an insider tip for you. This is by Susan Ferraro. She is a law of attraction expert. She says, when you believe in your value, you'll see value. that same value reflected back to you in your reality, including in your bank account. So I want to talk about some ways to have and take action with self-care. Some of these ways are mindset. So every morning, I like to do it every evening. Focus, visualize, get in the right mindset. This cannot be understated. You must start with the right mindset. This is a given. If you want to create wealth, if you want to be a purposeful human being, own it, be in it. You start your day with that, all else will follow. So start your day with that, with meditation. I'll tell you a story about the oxygen mask. So when I first had Xander, my first son, he's 4 years old now, and I was a stay-at-home mom with a newborn, really, really sleep deprived for that first year. I used to hear in my head every morning, put the oxygen mask on first, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. And just like they say it on the airplane, I could hear it in the morning. And what that meant to me, no matter what was going on, no matter what we had to do that day, no matter what, I needed to feed myself first. I needed to make a healthy breakfast, and I needed to start my day right in that way. And my basic needs, it was a very simple thing that I could do to take care of myself, because in many ways in that situation it was a challenge for sure, and any new mom will agree with me. Like, that is, you have so much to do and you're lacking sleep, and things that you maybe took for granted at one time, you realize like how valuable they are, but you're really kind of far from that because you have a newborn baby that relies on you for everything. So put the oxygen mask on yourself first. What does that mean to you? For me, it does mean healthy eating. At this time, I have 3 very healthy meals every day. No matter what's going on, I always have that. And spiritually, what are you doing to feed yourself spiritually? Exercise, I'm not a huge person into exercise at all, but I love to get the yoga mat out. I love to do some yoga stretches or squats or lunges or push-ups. I really do try to do that. And even if I have 2 kids hanging off of me as I'm on the mat doing my, once a week exercises, exercise is important. What we give to our bodies on the inside and the outside, what we do for ourselves to take care of ourselves, is telling the universe, I deserve wealth. I'm giving myself wealth. I'm giving myself care, so I deserve to be cared for in a bigger way. That's actually what we're doing. Our actions are showing our willingness. They're showing our intention and our beliefs. So also nurturing yourself. How do you nurture yourself? Do you have a cup of tea once a day? Do you get regular massages? I love to take hot baths. Social time is very important, spending time with friends and also with people who really elevate you, so that help you have higher perspectives. Do you have time on the phone to connect with people? Learning, are you taking care of your mind? What are you doing to learn more and grow more? So all of those are wonderful ways to take care of yourself. And now we'll talk about self-worth. Put your needs first. Do you have your affirmations, your power statements? And usually those are great because we do have beliefs and things that challenge us that come from our own minds. So how do we counteract those? What are contrary beliefs? What are things that we can write down on an index card? Or I remember using lipstick on my mirror and writing some awesome power statement or statement of love, just something to stay connected to that's on our refrigerator, that's in our car, some statement or statements that we can always have at a arm's length so that we see it and we remember it, because we have that in our mind. We all have that. Feelings of inadequacy or self-worth. And so what are we doing? What actions are we taking to create higher self-worth? Also, being authentic is huge. So you must be living a life and trusting your own instincts and being true to who you are. If you're not being true to who you are, how do you expect others to buy what you're selling? How do you expect others to believe in you if you don't even believe in yourself? So daily routines are really great. Your commitment, your daily commitment to your dreams and your desires. Know your value and share it with others. And one last but definitely not least, because if you don't have forgiveness, I'm going to suggest that you put this first, you prioritize it. Forgiveness for me came at an earlier, well, not extremely early, but it came at an earlier time in my life. When I was 17 years old, both of my parents were diagnosed with terminal diseases. My dad was diagnosed HIV, and my mom had a form of cancer that many, many people have died from. So at that time, I thought both of my parents would not be here at all much longer. And my dad actually did die 4 years later. And my mom took on a whole other mindset, and she really did things to like alternative healing, and she used a lot of her sense of humor, and I think really went deep with it. And she is actually here still to this day. So what is it, 30 years later? And she, no, I don't want to age myself that much. It's not 30 years. It could be like 25 years, from this time now. And so she's like fully healthy and she's completely recovered. And I think one of the things that I had to do at that time, after a lifetime of just a lot of just struggle and fighting and really anger that I just had towards my parents. I mean, I moved out when I was 15 years old. It was a very hard childhood for me. And knowing that life at that time, I didn't even, you're 17 years old, you don't realize that life is temporary. And no matter what, I needed, for myself, I needed to feel okay. I needed to feel good. So that meant I had to let forgiveness in. And I've had to do that in my life many times. And I will share from my experience. It's a process, it's a journey. There's a process of forgiveness. It's not just a destination. So it is one of those things that we choose and then we continue to choose, not for anyone else, but for ourselves. Now, forgiveness is also something I encourage you to look at in all areas of your life. Do you need to forgive yourself? So as we let forgiveness in, as we let go and we forgive, then we are just naturally elevated. We naturally increase our vibration, which helps us with self-care and self-worth and abundance in that action of creating the wealth that we desire. So all of this goes hand in hand. And if there's anything missing in any of these self-care or self-worth or the forgiveness or the mindset or your earning actions that you're putting out there, getting out of your comfort zone, marketing actions if you need ideas or clarity, I just want you to look at really the first foundational stuff, which is really how you value yourself. If you're having money blocks, if you are not committed to putting yourself out there and sharing with others what you do, then I really invite you to start really basic with your self-care, your self-worth, your daily routines, your mindset, your belief system. So all of these things, and one of the best insider tips I can give you is writing things down, putting pen to paper. Write down your goals, your dreams, your struggles, your affirmations. This will all help you get clarity and create more of that life that you truly want. So, are you sharing your greatness? It must be shared with others. Tell people not just what you do, but how you add value to their life and to the people that they care about. So, nobody is going to know what you do unless you share that value with others. And when you tell others, that means you're telling the universe, this is what I do. This is how I help people. Put me in contact with these people, put these people in my life. Let me be a blessing to the people by doing what I know that I can do. Because as we just mentioned here, is being authentic to who you are and believing in yourself, then sharing it, letting the world know what you do, all of that's going to create your wealth. And abundance is truly the commitment of putting you first. Doing that and taking those actions is the action of creating value. You're telling the universe, I am valuable. I am worth it. I do deserve greatness. I hope that all of this has helped you. If you see any cracks in your foundation, fill them with all that self-care and the self-love. If you are getting a lot out of this, if it feels good to you and you'd like to work with me, you can find out more. You can schedule one session or you can choose one of my programs at beccastar.com/coaching. I'd also like to add that if you do book by midnight tonight, if you do pre-book 4 coaching sessions or you do a 3-month program, I will give you 1 free coaching session. So that must be pre-booked by midnight tonight. But if this feels good and you do want to work with me, just know that I will throw in 1 free session, because the best way to get even better, greater results is the consistency. It really is working with a coach. So if you look at any athlete, you look at any amazing success star, a business person, we all have coaches. We all get coaching, and that's what makes us great. We're not meant to do this alone. We need someone that's a couple steps ahead of us or many steps ahead of us, but that is reaching out our arm to you, giving you proven strategies. So whether it's me or it's someone else, I want you to have a coach. Find somebody that you really resonate with. And I wanted to share my beautiful, beautiful woman that I just have always loved. I would be shocked if you don't know who she is, but Louise Hay. Just a couple things about her. I wanted to end with her story. She wrote her first book at 50. Since then, she has helped millions of people through her work and through her publishing house, which is Hay House. She's the founder. She's known as one of the founders of the self-improvement movement. So somebody that didn't even start until later on in life. A movement that we all kind of take for granted, the self-improvement movement. Maybe if you haven't been on this earth long enough, you don't realize it hasn't been around forever. It is a movement, and she is considered one of the founders. She's a successful author, publisher, speaker, and at 81 years old, she released her first film. And she has done so much more. And I share this because Louise Hay's primary principle, what she says, heals everything, your life, your wealth, every single thing in your life can be healed with self-love. So get some of her books, or watch some of her things, just dive into that self-love and you're going to experience more of what you want. I promise you that. Again, if you wanted to work with me, you can find out more at my website. I also wanted to share our private Facebook group with you. There's a awesome group of women who support, inspire. I offer free coaching resources on here. It's a great, great private group. Facebook.com/groups/Your Life Designed. You can find us there in Facebook groups. And then again, if you book by the end of tonight, I will give you 1 free coaching session if you book at least 4, pre-booking 4 or more. So I really hope that you got a lot out of this workshop. I cannot wait to hear about it. If you choose to try any of these things, commit to consistently using these actions and trying these things for at least 30 days, if not 90 days. And then tell me what happens. So if you're not seeing the wealth that you really want to see, then you have to try these actions. You have to start with your self-care and your self-worth. And if not, I don't know where you'd be. I have no guarantees for you if you choose not to. But if you do, I do want to hear about it. I want to hear where you started from, what you got out of this, and how you created. Tell me what you created. Tell me what you walked through. So share it on our Facebook group, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks so much for joining me in this special workshop, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.